Hey friends, my name is Pig Otter, and today I want to do something a bit different. I want to show off my plants I've been growing. Now they're not like anything special, they're just your normal everyday plants. But I'm sort of a weirdo and I really like plants, so I'm proud of them, and I really want to show you guys the progress and almost keep this as a vlog for myself and remember where I was before and where my plants are going to now. So if you don't enjoy watching or looking at plants, then this probably isn't the video for you, but this is just more personally for myself and more of the plant people. So let's hop to it and look at the plants that I have. So we'll start with the real basic one first. So right here I have a little Boston fern. Not really anything to be proud of here. I've managed to kill him a bit recently, but still an okay looking plant, I must say. Some of this is actually recent growth, so I'm happy of that. But on from there, we're going to go on to the Cattleya orchid. I don't know how to pronounce that, or Cattleya orchid. I don't know. My girlfriend got this for me once my orange moth orchid died. So there's this one here, nice and tall. This thing's got to be at least 2 feet tall. So I'm pretty proud of that. There's not much to it. One of these stalks is new right here, this one right down here. So we'll see if anything grows out of that little stalk. On to the next one is actually a moth orchid I got from my parents. So this one's just a purple moth orchid. So it's real basic. I really want to retransplant it. As you can tell, it's leaning to one side of the pot. That's because if you look at the flower stalks, when there used to be flower stalks, the flower stalks came straight up. So now that the flower stalks are gone, I want to recenter the leaves and make them more right down the center. And now on to my third and last, but not least, orchid. It's called the jewel orchid. Not like dual, but jewel, as in like a finger jewel. It's a nice little orchid that I have. The leaves are shiny. I know you really can't probably tell from the video, but there's some nice little shiny leaves. Just even if you can't tell that they're shiny, I love the like style of them, like how the light green and then the dark green. Oh, so nice. So next thing I have here is called a Ming Aralia tree. So it's commonly a bonsai tree. Mine, obviously, you can tell is not a bonsai tree. It's just really big and really growing. I've had this thing for about a year now. And I actually got one for my girlfriend, but she managed to kill it, so we won't talk about that too much. But this one here, she put a little bow tie in. Isn't that adorable? Little speckled bow tie. And as I was moving this out to my table this morning, I noticed this plant. I have no clue what this is. It looks really transparent, if I can get it to focus. There we go. I don't have a single clue what this is. I don't know what to do with it. I might pull it, I might let it grow just to see what it is. But as of right now, this thing is a mystery to me. It's cute. It's cute, that's for sure. It's just one little leaf. It's not a Ming Aralia, because I don't think that's a Ming Aralia seedling. I'll have to look that up, though. That'd be interesting to look up, because it doesn't look like the same leaf type as the Ming Aralia. So there's that. Now, next thing I'm going to get into, most of the next plants are actually fruit-bearing, or just produce some sort of edible thing, and that's good for me because I'm like food, and food's the best. So this here is a raspberry bush. I recently got this about, I wouldn't say 2 weeks ago. So this is just freshly planted, not too much growth except for down here. All this stuff down here is recently grown. So that I am real happy to see. Not much to show off here. This is my first time actually having a raspberry bush, along with a lot of these other plants. First time having them. Next thing down here, all the way down here, are little plants. Now, if I remember right, they're called desert roses. Why they're called desert roses is beyond me. I guess they're a beauty of the desert. But I got these two for free because the Lowe's, the guy who was working in the Lowe's plant section was like, hey, these things are dying, and I'm about to throw them out, so if you want them, you can just take them. So I've taken them, and now all this growth up top, I've had these things for about 2 to 3 months now, and all this growth up top is all brand new. So I'm happy to see that it's actually starting to take off. Because one thing I suck at is growing succulents. I've really been bad at growing succulents. I managed to overwater them. And succulents, they're desert. They're things that grow with very minimal water. So I managed to overwater them and kill them because I rot the roots real easy. So I'm really surprised at managing to keep this one alive. On to the next one though, we got a maple tree. It's a Japanese maple, so it's an Acer palmatum, but it's starting to grow little buds, so focus, right about there. So we got the little buds here growing in, right here on the left here, and right here. So I can't wait to see how this one leaves. I don't know if it's too late in the season, or I don't know what I'm even talking about. There we go. Yeah. So the issue with this one here is more of the fact that the supplier I got them from, my other tree did not turn out too well. I'm going to show you guys that here in a second, but my other tree is just very horrendous. So, talking about that tree, here it is. I know the bleeding hearts in the background, it's in the way, but here's the other one I was talking about. So if I zoom in on the tips of these, you can tell they're like black. I talked to the supplier, and he's like, yeah, they probably just got cold, so I can trim the tops off. But I'm like, what? They were inside, so I don't know how they got so cold. Plus, they have a really hardiness touch to them, so they can go like below 0, which is nice. But the main stock, which I think was marketed as a 2-year stock, it's a grafted thing. So here's the original tree down here at the bottom. So they cut it and then it grew off. They marketed it as a 2-year thing. The 2-year thing, I think, is pretty sure it's dead. But this other section I have now growing, this thing here, it's about 2 weeks old. 2, maybe 3 weeks. It started sprouting up here. I'm really proud of how this thing looks. It might be taller than the actual tree by the end of this. But I don't know. I'm really proud of this one too, and this one has to be one of my favorite maples because it's called a floating tree maple. I will throw the picture of it up on the screen, but it's just a white maple. After 5 years, these leaves should be about like a white color, and it's just a beautiful tree. But I don't know. I just really fell in love with the Acer palmatum, so that's why I'm growing it. But we'll see. Now another thing I started growing is this. It's called the bleeding heart. So this I started growing from the roots about 4 weeks ago as well, and there's quite a bit of growth. So there's the bottom, little teacup, and there it grows. It's pretty big. I don't know if it will flower this season. There's little right, hold on, almost got it right there. I don't know if those are going to turn into flowers or anything, but we'll see. It looks like half of it might be leaves, the other half might be a little flower that's trying to grow. But I don't know, we'll have to see. Now on to the next 3 that also I'm very proud of having. This one here is a dwarf lemon tree. So I got this thing about 4 weeks ago, transplanted it, and it's already doing wonderful. It dropped 1 leaf from the top up here just because the leaf was cut up and was not in good condition. But now it has these little, I'm pretty sure these are blossoms. I'm gonna say that I'm like 95% sure that these are blossoms, but I can't wait to see what they actually turn out to be. So real cute little white flowers, I'm pretty sure, but we'll see what those turn out to be. No real growth with this plant because it's more of, I don't know, it just wanted to do flowers. It's flowering season for it. On to the next one, which I found out did some really weird stuff this morning. So here we have a orange tree, but it's not any regular orange tree. It's called a Moro blood orange, if I remember correctly. And I was setting this up on my table, and I found that it dropped a bunch of leaves. So these big ones I'm not too mad with because there's a bit of damage here on the end. So I don't know if it wasn't just the strongest leaf or what. And this one had a bit of damage up here towards the top. If I can zoom in on it, or focus at least. Yeah, no, you don't want to focus? Okay, that's cool. See how it's damaged and there's that giant crinkle in the leaf? But other than that, the plant looks pretty good. And all this new growth, there's these bunch of little new leaves. So starting from here up, pretty much has been new growth in the past 4 weeks, which I think is absolutely incredible. Out of like the whole 2 years I've been doing plants, that's some of the most growth I've ever seen. I've been mainly just doing slow orchids and trying to do succulents, so that I haven't done like much leaf plants yet. So I'm really happy to see this kind of growth. On to the last one I really want to show you guys today is my avocado plant. Now I wish I would have grown this from my own seed, but before I actually bought this plant I wasn't having good luck until I found out that you should take the hull, the brown seed hull, it's H-U-L-L, off of a plant, off the seed before you put it in water to try to grow it. But this thing is nice and tall. That's why it's down on the chair. But now, as of this morning, this one came in with the citrus ones about 4 weeks ago. So we have little growth up top. This is all brand new growth too. So it's already wanting to produce leaves. So I can't wait to see how this one turns out. There was a bit of a bug problem with it to start off with, but I feel like it's pretty well cleared up now. So there is everything I have. There's some other plants too, those are my girlfriend's. But everything I have is quite a lot, yes I know. But I recently just got a bunch of fertilizer for all these plants, and I didn't put it into the soil because the research I've done is that you should wait a few weeks or months after transplanting before you put soil in so those roots become set. So after this video I will probably go to work, because that's what I do, is I work. I'm a hard-working man-child. But there's a little one right there, a little cutie. I don't know what it is. I really don't. But I will fertilize these, and if you guys enjoy this video, I'll show you guys any more progress in the future. Like I feel like the raspberry plant will take off, and hopefully the bleeding heart will bloom or whatever, and then we'll see about the little lemon right there, see what that blooms look like. So we'll get everything fertilized. I have bought a crap ton of fertilizer specific for each type of plant I have, so we'll see how everything comes along. If you guys want to see that, let me know. I put a lot of time and dedication into my plants, so this is just something I enjoy, along with playing video games, and that's why I upload it, because I enjoy it. And sorry about that shot of the table. I am trying to clean up my Ming Aralia. My Ming Aralia has some yellowing in the leaves, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It needs neutralized, and I just about tried to pull this because I thought this was the bottom end of a frickin' dead leaf. Okay, well that's it guys. I gotta go now. So hopefully you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Adios.